My message isn't here, but I want to tell you about an important message that I received the other day as I drank my morning tea. It was on the little tag, yogi tea. Any yogi tea drinkers? The message said, tranquility is the essence of life. A simple and possibly powerful message. But what does it really mean? And when we understand the deeper meaning of this message, can we do something with it? Can we take that truth and enact change? I believe that we can. And meditation is the pathway. My name is Timm, as you have seen on that slide. And I am a meditation consultant, a stress management consultant, a speaker, and an author, and for the last 10 years, a 911 operator for the Los Angeles Police Department. The first meditation program that I started has seen over 100 911 dispatchers come through it and learn the techniques that have changed my life. And if you had asked me this question 3 years ago, hey Adam, is tranquility the essence of your life? My answer would have been a resounding, what are you talking about? My life was about as tranquil as a hurricane. Chronic stress had consumed me, causing daily tension headaches, acid indigestion, frequent road rage battles. My apologies if you met me on the roadway during those times. And I had a generally bad attitude. On top of all of this, I was 7 years into this career as a 911 operator. The 3-year relationship with my live-in girlfriend had turned toxic. My side business was a dead end. As the tension mounted, there was no way out. Until I found a meditation class. How many meditators in the bunch here? A good amount of you. And for those of you who didn't raise your hands, by the end of this talk, you will be meditators. I didn't have any expectations at first. I had only vaguely heard of meditation. But the class was called 40 Days of Meditation. And so I began in earnest and committed to 40 days of just sitting and breathing for at least 15 minutes once a day. In just a few weeks, the madness that was my life began to subside. In 6 months, I had undergone a profound transformation. But why? I wasn't doing anything. In fact, that was the point, to do nothing. Yet here I was, just 6 months after what I would call the dark night of my soul, breathing more and more tranquility into my life, each and every day. It was like the tranquility was simply waiting for me to discover it. Very interesting. How can this be? So let's get to the bottom of this. In my PowerPoint presentation, I had these beautiful pictures that would conjure feelings of tranquility, pictures of beautiful mountainscapes, a picture of this sleeping baby. I'm sure you can imagine. So anything that would conjure feelings of tranquility and peace in you, I ask that you visualize that right now for just a moment. And as you visualize tranquility, it's easy to feel that peace come over us. And you can even imagine yourself. I know that there's nature enthusiasts in the bunch. After you've done that 5-mile hike to the top of a mountain ridge, and you stand there in awe, slack-jawed, without anything to say except nothing. There's just a stillness there. And that tranquility, that peace, that stillness, it resonates with us. It stirs something within us. We recognize the experience of tranquility, but usually it's just a passing blip if at all. We touch it for just a moment, and then we're on to the next thing. To say that tranquility is the essence of life, now this is something else entirely. In our own lives, we tend to rush around, attracted to distraction and drama, social media, keeping up with the Joneses, reality TV, need I say more? Sometimes we even strive to be something or someone that we're not. Coupled with the demands of our overbusy lives and the pace of technology, we're so conditioned to being in motion that to sit still for any amount of time can be a chore, and it brings anxiety. We have no choice but to become stressed out. We can't turn it off. Because of this, even vacation is no break from the work stress blues. A recent poll by Fierce Personnel Consulting in Seattle, Washington speaks to this. In this study, over 1,000 workers across several different industries were polled, and 58% of the respondents reported no relief from stress as a result of vacation, and 27% reported more stress as a result of vacation. Raise your hand if you can relate to these statistics. Yeah, more stress as a result of vacation. Go figure. And so, if even our off time can't allow us to find peace and tranquility, then what then? Well, maybe this is part of the problem. We're searching for something out there, something that started in here. What if we didn't have to search for tranquility? What if peace were just waiting for us? This is the power of meditation. While we may have an addiction to drama, we mustn't mistake our conditioning, our learned experience, for our inherent nature. Meditation allows us to touch this nature, and it is not unlike standing before a majestic vista after the hike. So we know what tranquility is through the visions in our head and reminiscence, but we still must experience it as the essence of life in order to understand the truth offered by my morning tea. And to do this, I want to invite you in a brief guided meditation with me right now. So, if you like, please square up in your chairs. If you don't know what you're doing, look to your side. There's a meditator who's sitting right next to you. So we're squaring up, putting our feet firmly planted on the ground. Palms down, about mid-thigh. Get some alignment in your posture. Chin is tilted slightly downward to elongate the back of the spine. And as you close your eyes, I will invite you to close your eyes. Just take a few moments to allow your attention to fall squarely on your breath. And just notice how when we do this one thing, the body automatically begins to relax, all by itself. So feel your feet on the ground, the support of the chair beneath you. And see how closely you can be with the breath coming in and out of your nostrils. Coolness of the in-breath, the warmth of the out-breath. And if your mind wanders, simply come back to the breath in a gentle and non-judgmental way. with each out-breath, you can even see if you can relax even further. Just allowing the tension to release and flow downward. And just notice how simple this is. There's no thought necessary, no action required. Just falling into the present moment, using the breath as the gateway. So just take a few more deep breaths now, breathing in fully and completely. Exhaling deeply any and all last bits of stale air that might be in your lungs. Letting go of any last bits of tension, and after a few of these deep grounding breaths, wiggle your fingers and your toes. And you can open your eyes. For those of you who didn't raise your hands before, now when someone asks you if you've meditated, you can raise your hands. So as we've experienced through this very simple practice, through the practice of meditation, we touch the stillness beneath the turbulent seas of our everyday thinking mind. When we experience this stillness as our natural state, contrary to the rushed out, grasping, doubting, confused state that we've learned over the years. And we realize that this state is always available to us. It doesn't matter when the storms come, because peace truly is just around the corner. And not only can we cultivate a deeper sense of the peace that resides within us, meditation helps increase our resiliency so that we can bounce back more quickly when the storms pass. As a 911 operator, retouching this tranquility again and again is a necessity. I can choose to take the stress of that last call into the next, and the next, and the next, and I can spread that discontentment to each subsequent caller. Or I can choose to take a breath, reconnect with the stillness, and then take the next call with a lot less baggage. This is the way of compassion, not only for myself, but also for those at the other end of the line. And it is the same with your own life. When the demands on your time begin to overwhelm, instead of pushing through, no pain, no gain, instead of pushing through to the next task, you can take a moment, stop, and breathe. Each time you do this, and consciously renew your connection to the stillness that dwells within you, that dwells beneath the hustle and bustle. You reconnect to the peace within you that is you. And there really is no battle happening outside of us. It is all in here. Just like that old saying, there's no out there out there. When we relax and trust our inner true essence, stillness, and allow it to flow from within us, the battle stops and joy erupts. Tranquility is the essence of life. Of your life, of my life, of all life. To know this and to be able to touch it, we have no choice but to allow the peace within us that is an indivisible aspect of each one of us to flow out through everything that we do.